Hi guys, so this is part 2 of my Q&A answers, and in this one we're going to talk about Kingdom and my other projects that I've got in mind. And this seems like a pretty good question to start with. What are your movie/series plans for 2025? Right, so I have quite a few plans because I want to try and do quite a bit of filmmaking in 2025 and sort of lean the channel that way a bit this year. Because I know there was a lot of repainting last year, but this year I want there to be a lot more filmmaking stuff, because it is in general my favourite thing to make and post for this channel. So actually the first thing I want to do is finish off my Where I Belong series, which was the Ochre Stables thing, because it's been a really long time since I last made an episode for that, and it's not actually finished the series yet. It's only about half done. So the first thing I want to do is finish that series so it's actually finished, done. Okay, so then my other plans are, of course, Kingdom. I really want to make and post series 7, season 7, whatever you want to call it. I want to do that this year. And then before that, I also want to do a backstory, and this time I'm going to do Demon's backstory. I'll be honest though, Kingdom is more of my summer plans because quite a lot of it is going to be filmed outside. I do have another series which I did film the first episode of. This was ages ago, by the way, because I never posted this. But I never actually finished the script for that, so I need to finish the script really, because I don't really know where the story's going at the minute. And it's only going to be a fairly short thing, 5 to 7 parts, so I'd like to get that finished. I do quite a lot of prep. I've written a lot of scripts, but most of them you will probably never see the movies for them. Some of them are quite good, some of them are quite bad as well. Those are the ones you're not gonna see, because some of them are genuinely quite bad. I have another project as well I'd quite like to do this year if I can, which is the one from this photo. And you might recognise this photo because it is the channel art on my channel. So yeah, this photo has a whole story with it. It's actually the first series I wrote after I wrote Kingdom, and I am quite attached to this story, so I would really like to make it into a movie, and maybe this year will be the year I finally do it. So yeah, that one I also filmed a little bit of. I think I filmed the first 3 episodes, but I didn't quite finish the third one. So yeah, I need to check if my footage is good enough to carry on with it, or whether I just need to refilm the whole thing. And then I have another series again, which is a possible for this year or maybe next year, because I did actually already film the intro for this series, and if you look really hard on my channel you can actually see a tiny snippet of it that I included in one of my videos. But yeah, that one needs quite a bit more planning, and the script is not finished for it either, so that's why I'm thinking it might not be this year, maybe next year though. So yeah, I think that's going to be pretty much my plans for 2025. We'll see how far we get. I would, if I can, like to make a couple of short films, so just one-off videos with little stories, because they're quite fun to do as well. I mean, this might be more future plans, but I do have other kind of Kingdom series that I'd like to make, and backstories too, that I have actually written scripts for. Okay, then I have what inspired you to make Ochre Stables, and are you going to continue it this year? So yeah, I know I just kind of answered that. I'm planning to finish off my Where I Belong series, which is part of the Ochre Stables kind of world. What inspired me to make it though is actually I think if you go all the way back to the first Ochre Stables thing, which was actually a short film I made, the very first one was From the Wild, and I think that was the first time actually that I ever spoke on a video for YouTube, because before that I'd kind of done like music videos and photography videos. So yeah, that was actually just supposed to be a one-off short film, just, you know, so I could practice filming something, I guess. And then I just had the idea, oh, why don't I just carry this on and make a few other ones? So I ended up making 7 of them, and I made one about each character. I don't think I really had any particular inspiration. The only thing I thought was, I don't want it to be like Kingdom. I just want it to be like a fun, more slightly comedy-ish based, not a comedy, but like more funnier than Kingdom, because Kingdom was so like serious and stuff like that. I just wanted something a bit more light-hearted. So yeah, that was the only kind of thing I was just thinking with Ochre Stables, is just make it a bit funnier than Kingdom. Because even though From the Wild and that was posted before Kingdom, I actually started filming Kingdom before anything else. Okay, next questions are, I'll put these two together. Why did you make the Kingdom series, and what inspired you to start Kingdom? Why did I make it is probably just because that's the kind of stuff I enjoy watching. I quite like period dramas and medieval kind of based series, so I think that's why I wanted to make a series kind of like that. I quite like the kind of like fantasy, no humans around kind of thing. And what inspired me to start Kingdom? I guess I really wanted a YouTube channel. Because I came up with the whole idea for Kingdom and stuff before I had a YouTube channel. Because it had been like 5 years or something that I'd wanted a YouTube channel. I just kind of wasn't brave enough to actually take the leap and make one. But I kind of thought to myself, if you can write a series that you like really enjoy so much, you should finally make the YouTube channel and post it. And yeah, Kingdom was that series. I wrote it and I really fell in love with it. I don't think it's really inspired from one particular thing, just everything I've seen over the years. Okay, next question. Do you have a filming room? I mean, not really and kind of at the same time. I just film everything in my bedroom, but I've kind of almost split my bedroom in half. Like, my collection takes over most of my room really now, because I just have my bed in my room and then pretty much all the rest of my room I dedicate to Schleich. So yeah, I don't technically have a filming room, like a dedicated filming room. That would be my dream, to have like a dedicated filming room, but at this point my bedroom is virtually a filming room. What is your favourite part of creating any of your series? I think I have a few answers for this. I really like when you're writing and when you're thinking of ideas for the very first time and they're just flowing really well and everything is just, fitting together nice. And I really love that feeling when you're just thinking of the ideas for the first time. I do really enjoy the writing process. And then another part I really like is when you're filming and you get a shot just right how you wanted it. I love that feeling. You're like, yes, it just works. And then the other part I really like as well is when you're editing together and you're just watching it all come together and fit together like it was meant to be, which doesn't always happen, but sometimes it happens. And yeah, I really enjoy that when you can see the project coming together as you're editing it and you get the final product. Okay, next one is, are you going to sell stuff like a shirt that says Kingdom? So to be honest, I did think about doing like merchandisey stuff before, and but it didn't really work out because the way I was going to do it just didn't make it very kind of cost effective. It was just like, it would be really expensive for people to buy it. But I could probably make some like merchandisey stuff myself, because that would make it a lot cheaper for you guys as the customers to buy. But yeah, I'm not really sure how it will work, but it is something I'd potentially be interested in doing. So would anybody be interested in that? Anything like Kingdom merchandisey? Let me know if you would. And also, what kind of stuff would you be interested in? Stickers or t-shirts, or... Because I'm not really sure if the series has like a big enough interest for merchandisey stuff. Or maybe I could sell like digital stuff. That would be a lot easier probably. So yeah, if you have any ideas for that, I'm definitely open to hearing them. Anyone can answer this, by the way. Okay, next one. How long does it take you to film one episode of Kingdom? I mean, Kingdom does take me quite a long time. Other series like Where I Belong probably wouldn't take me as long, but because Kingdom has a lot of like setting up to do and stuff. I guess maybe about 10 hours per episode for one episode. And then how long does it take to edit one episode? I'd say at least double the amount of time it takes to film, so probably like 20 to 30 hours. I'm not entirely sure. I should time it one time. Maybe next time I do a Kingdom episode, I'll actually time it, and then I'll be able to give you a more exact answer. I know it's a lot of time, put it that way. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but maybe like 30 hours to film and edit each episode. But as I said, I'm not entirely sure. I just know it takes a long time. Okay, the next one is, will there be more information on Aquadus's past? Yes, there will be. We've kind of been getting little bits as we've gone along, but yeah, eventually I am gonna do Aquadus's his own full backstory video, which I have a feeling is gonna take a long time. It's gonna be quite a lot of parts, I think, or episodes, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, that could take me quite a long time to film, but I am really looking forward to finally doing Aquadus's past. So yeah, the answer is yes, there definitely will be, but it will take me a while to get there. And I don't have plans to do Aquadus's backstory just yet, because I want to get a bit further along in the series first. And then the next question is, will Aquadus and Annabeth get back together? And obviously I don't want to spoil anything, so all I will say on this, you will find out in the next series in S7, Season 7. And I'm not just like teasing that, I mean you will find out one way or another in the next series. Because it's already fully scripted, so I know what's going to happen. Will Season 7 be the last, or are you planning on continuing the series? Okay, so there may be more. I'll start with that. Okay, so technically Season 7 does have like a bit of an ending, because when I wrote it I was kind of thinking about ending it on Season 7. But I have written more beyond Season 7, and I think I do have an even better ending. But I'm kind of just thinking I'm gonna keep making them while you guys are enjoying them. If you guys are still enjoying them, I'll keep making them. So yeah, there may be more. I'm definitely planning on doing Season 7, because it will wrap up certain things, but like I said, there is more to this series. So yeah, my answer is kind of, there may be more. There will likely be more, but I don't know yet. My aim has always been to get to at least Series 7, so I definitely want to do that at least. Would Strawberry ever make another appearance, or more so her foal/foals? Okay, so I have written stuff about Strawberry in the future, but in terms of the time it takes me to film and post stuff, it's gonna be so far away that I don't even know if you guys are ever gonna see it. So should I just tell you guys what happens to Strawberry? I've kind of been debating about this for a while. Should I just tell you guys? Okay, I'll say it in this video, but for anybody who doesn't want any spoilers, not that they're really gonna be particularly big spoilers, but anyone who doesn't want to hear it, I'll put a timestamp so you can skip this part. So skip now if you don't want to hear this. So Strawberry obviously leaves Galagon when she's pregnant, and she goes and decides to live in a village where she's happy and gives birth to her foal. And her foal is a colt, and she kind of raises him with lovely tales of his father, Blizzard, and their time in Galagon. And eventually Strawberry does return to Galagon with her son. And I'm going to leave the story at that, because if I say any more, it'll spoil what happens. So yeah, Strawberry is supposed to make another appearance and come back to Galagon with her son. But honestly, in the writing, I've written it so far away, but that I don't know if we'll ever get to that point in terms of filming and posting series. So I've had a lot of questions about Strawberry over the years. So there is my answer about Strawberry. Okay, and then final question for this Q&A. I've saved this one till last because it's going to be quite a long answer. I want to hear King Edward's backstory, my favourite character. For anybody who doesn't remember, King Edward is the old king, the first king that we have from the first series of Kingdom. And I actually really like King Edward because I've written his backstory and I know he's actually a really nice guy. So then, because I wrote the actual series where he dies first before I started writing his backstory. And then I felt quite guilty for killing him because he's actually a really nice guy. Sad that he's not in it more really, because I always did like him, to be honest. So I do actually have a kind of Kingdom prequel that's already scripted that I would love to make one day, but it is quite a large project. In fact, it's a very large project. So I don't know if or when it will be filmed, but it has a lot of King Edward's backstory in it. So yeah, if I ever get to film that, we'll actually get to see his backstory on screen. But I'll explain it basically without spoilers because we've already heard all this stuff in the series. But this is it all pieced together. Edward, he was obviously, when he was born, he was a prince, so he was Prince Edward. He was son of the King and Queen of Galagon. And when he was a foal, the Dark Knight tried to kill him. So yeah, him and the Dark Knight have always been very against one another. Well, obviously, because he tried to kill him when he was a foal. But obviously he failed to kill him and he survived. His parents then had another foal, which was his brother called Henry, who is in the first few series of Kingdom, who we know, Prince Henry. When they get a bit older, the two brothers, they become knights. And then there is a massive battle against the Dark Knight in which most of the royals are killed by assassins, which is a bit awkward because Aquadus is obviously an assassin. But just to be clear, it wasn't Aquadus who killed them because he wasn't born then. But anyway, in this battle, Prince Edward overthrew the Dark Knight and became king. And Edward was quite young when all this happened, so it would have been a pretty big deal that he managed to stop the Dark Knight taking over the kingdom. So he became a very well-respected king just because of that. And then as the years go by, he marries Ruby. She becomes Queen Ruby, who we know from the series. And then they eventually have two foals, who are Rover and Annabeth, who are twins, which came as a surprise to the kingdom at the time because twins are rare and they don't always survive. But in this case, both Rover and Annabeth lived. And then a little time later, they have another foal, who is Princess Belle. Then after that, it's not long before the first series, season 1 of Kingdom happens, so you know the rest from there. So yeah, that is a summary of King Edward's backstory. The script I've written is a lot richer than that. But yeah, so hopefully one day I can film it. And I believe that is all of the questions, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really enjoyed answering all of the questions. You guys came up with some really good questions. So thank you so much. I just realised I haven't done a Q&A for like nearly 4 years, so I think, yeah, we're definitely due another Q&A. You forget sometimes how quickly time flies. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you again for 3,000 subscribers. That's really amazing. I'll see you guys soon in another video. Bye!